Whoa! Lou Elizondo says the government has a handbook of different types of UFOs. This is amazing. Get in here. This is Cosmic Road, where I discuss UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like, please subscribe, and share on social media. Also, please comment below and let me know what you think. If you want to support the channel, you can drop a tip in the tip jar with the Super Thanks feature. Or you can join the channel and become a channel member to receive exclusive access and videos. Okay, on to the story. This is from an interview a year ago, but this is relevant always. This is amazing information that the government, and in fact different branches of the government, seem to have different handbooks or evolving handbooks on UFOs and the different types of UFOs. This is mind-blowing because they have been denying the existence of these things for 70 or 80 years, and yet they have a handbook of different types of UFOs that they use for their own reference. Okay, here's Lou.
Bob would like to know, on a few of the podcasts you've appeared on, you've pulled out a booklet that helps pilots identify aircraft. Do you know of something similar that shows different shapes and sizes of UAPs that have been reported throughout history? Does something like that exist?
Yeah, it does, actually. Project Blue Book and some other ones actually had a listing of the shape of typical UAPs. In fact, the CIA had some documentation on it as well, from lenticular to more cylindrical to triangular. In fact, there was an Air Force investigations handbook that actually asked the investigators to make sure that they describe size and shape. And there was a little bit of a cheat sheet on what, how to describe these particular shapes. So yeah, that did exist. Is it still in use? I think there's probably a new iteration of that's being developed for the Navy and for the Department of Defense. I can't comment on that because I don't know precisely. I do know that new policies and rules and regulations have been drafted and been promulgated, but I don't know if they include the historical, shape of the craft descriptions.
If what Lou is saying is true, and I'm sure it is, then the government knows all about UFOs, or at least enough to differentiate between the different types of UFOs. Do they know who's driving them? We don't know. Since they appear to be firing on them, see my most recent video, they probably know at least some of the occupants. One would hope. Okay, Jack, you say they know what different types of UFOs there are, what their different shapes are, but do they know anything about the technology? Well, Lou had something to say about that as well.
Lou, I've watched quite a lot of your interviews. I know many people have, and you give up a lot of your time. I think one of the best ones I've seen maybe ever was on Terry Virt's podcast. I thought that was fascinating, especially as he came at it from a point of view of not necessarily having a UFO background, and you gave a lot of really intriguing answers. One of them was to do with the potential, let me get the wording right here, missions or purpose of craft. For example, saucers may do one thing, triangles may do another, slightly bigger craft may do something else, and so on. I would like to know, do you see any particular craft potentially having a relationship with others? For example, are Tic Tacs something totally different to triangles and saucers?
No, we think they're using the same technology. They're just used for different applications. And there's a very... there's going to be some more information on that in the near term. There's going to be some more data that will be provided.
Isn't that fascinating? So the government knows the different shapes of the UFOs, and they know the technology that they're using, and that they're all using the same technology. I find that fascinating. Now, far be it for me to disagree with Lou, but Lou tends to look at things in a more nuts and bolts way because that's how he approaches the phenomenon, and also because he's trying to make this as mainstream as it is possible to make. However, from my own research and experience, a lot of this stuff is more metaphysical, more trippy, stuff coming in from, higher dimensions or different dimensions or densities, if you will. And so it's not all the same technology, at least from what I've seen. You know, I've been to UFO sky watches where we've conducted CE5, and we've had some weird experiences that were not nuts and bolts craft. So I don't think they're all using the same technology, but perhaps all the ones the U.S. government is interested in dealing with, possibly shooting down, is using the same technology. That's probably what helps enable us to shoot them down. Now, again, I am not in favor of us shooting them down. I think we should be engaging the phenomenon peacefully, not with force. I can only hope the government knows what the heck they're doing. And I would assume that we have some allies that are beings that are guiding us through that conflict, if indeed that is what is going on. Scary stuff. But at least the U.S. government is on it to a certain extent. They know different shapes. They know the technology. They've been studying this stuff for a long time. So according to Lou Elizondo, the U.S. government and the different branches of the government know quite a bit. The Air Force has a booklet, or maybe more than a booklet. The Navy does. The Department of Defense does. It appears that this information is being evolved, or is evolving from the days of Blue Book, and surely before, although maybe Blue Book is when it made it okay to talk about, because they were collating this evidence, and maybe they made it acceptable to actually talk about. Whereas the secret programs that may or may not be reverse engineering this stuff and dealing with the beings, they can't actually talk about it or reveal what they know about the different sorts of craft and technology. At least that's my take on it. What's yours? Let me know in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Smash that subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. Join me on social media and share these videos when they drop on Facebook and Twitter. Links below. And please support the channel by becoming a channel member to receive exclusive access and videos. Link in the description below. You can also simply drop a tip in the tip jar with the Super Thanks feature below to help support the channel. Until next time, this is Jack with Cosmic Road signing out.